Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of On the Couch. We're glad to have you along for episode number 2 of the season. I'm Brittany.
And I'm Eric Conklin. So in case you forgot or didn't tune in last week, we were joined by Rowan alums Cassie and Brandon, the masterminds behind the Cookie Munchers, a new business taking Rowan and Glassboro by thunder. We also had Stephen Haig from the Rowan Center of Holocaust and Genocide Studies with us discussing the department's showing of the 1993 film Complicit.
But now, this week, we have 3 guests for you. The first is the cast of Rowan's production of Dracula, a story about a group of people and a professor who are looking to hunt down a vampire. But Count Dracula's powers provide resistance from the people chasing him.
The performance will take place on the main stage in the theater on October 20th through the 22nd and October 27th through the 29th at 8 p.m. and October 23rd and 30th at 2 p.m. Here now are Tom Fusco, Matthew Basson, and Kylie Westerbeck. What's going on, guys? Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
It looks like did you guys just come from rehearsal?
Yeah, we're in the middle of our dress rehearsal.
You're in the middle of
now.
dress rehearsal and we pulled you out here to be on the show?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
It's okay. We don't start till like 8 o'clock.
Oh,
All right,
okay.
That works. So, how's like the rehearsals and everything going so far? You excited for the play, I guess?
Yeah, that's really great, actually. We have so many elements that we just started piling one on top of the other. We've been doing this for about a week now. And it's incredibly smooth because we said, hey, we're going to have video, blood, fog, lights, fights. Let's get everyone in early.
Right.
So we've been started actually a week ago. Just started adding all the actors in, the different elements.
Okay.
And so far, no one's got seriously hurt. And
But we have been rehearsing since September.
Yeah,
So
since the beginning.
Yeah.
So it is right around the corner. Are you guys really pumped up, excited?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm really excited too.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
So tell me about these outfits. Who designed them?
This whole thing.
Our costume designer is Stephanie Nichols. She used to be a professor here, and I think what they were trying to go for is like some pretty period stuff, like
It looks pretty period.
1890s kind of, like torn up and like tattered. It's really complicated, and there's actually some really, really beautiful pieces of costume in there. Like,
Yeah.
there's wonderful dresses and like suits, and it looks really great.
That sounds really cool. Now, I gotta ask, you guys are theater majors, right?
Yes.
So what are some of the other plays you've been in? Because the only reason I asked is because I actually used to do theater in high school and stuff, so I was kind of wondering.
My first show here was Red Noses, my freshman year. That was 2 years ago.
Nah, never heard of it.
Then we had.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. Then we had.
I'm cutting you off, my fault.
No, it's all right. Then we had. I was in the Bacchae 2.1 last year, and then 1984 in the lab.
I think I've heard 1980. Yeah, I've heard of that one.
Yeah, by George Orwell.
I actually
Yeah.
went to see that.
You did see that?
Yes, I did.
I'm guessing what it was
Awesome.
on Broadway.
1984?
Yeah.
Here.
Oh, here. Oh, has it been on Broadway though?
I don't think so.
Really?
It was originally a novel by George Orwell.
Yeah.
Okay, now, yeah,
Yeah.
I know George. Yeah, I think I've read some of his stuff before. So now
Personally,
you
you
know
know
what I'm talking
George.
about. So, yeah, because I've actually been in, let's see, my senior year I was in Bye Bye Birdie, and then I was
Okay.
also in, no, my junior year I was not in Pippin, even though they did the play, and I also was in Godspell and Fiddler on the Roof, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Fiddler holds a special place in my heart.
I guess you were in it, I guess?
No.
No? Just a fan.
I'm just a big fan of it.
No, I mean, it's totally good.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved, who played Tevye? I can't remember.
Oh, what's his
I
name?
have no idea.
We're gonna have to look that one
They
up.
left.
All right.
So-
We're gonna have to have a contest. Whoever can like remember it, will just
Zero Mostel.
Joe myself. There you go.
So, what actors, like, what character do you play, Kylie?
In the show, I'm actually a character called the Child.
Okay.
So, she's a very interesting child.
She plays the creepiest scene.
Yeah.
Really?
Most terrifying scene in this
Oh.
whole play that I found so far is her and Mina, and when they have their moment together on stage.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I play a creepy child.
That must be fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. The whole entire process has been like really cool, unveiling like a character of. She doesn't have any lines, but she is physical embodiment a lot. So being able to play with like the physicalities of this character and stuff like that has been so much fun. And one of our assistant directors, Dane Eisler, has helped us a lot with finding that physicality and stuff. So it's been a lot of fun. And it's going to be great and scary, which is really cool. And it's cool to be scary.
Scary.
Of course, yeah.
Halloween.
You're in
What
Halloween
about
season.
you?
Why not?
Yeah.
It's actually the perfect show, I think, for especially Halloween season.
Well, I'm Jonathan Harker. He's
Okay.
he just got off the boat of from Castle Dracula.
Okay.
He was trapped there, and like he's kind of dealing with like PTSD, and like his
Crazy
fiance is kind of getting attacked by Dracula, and like Dracula actually chose her, and he's like, nah, like that can't happen. You can't have my fiance. That's not it at all.
Right,
He's kind of
right.
like in this gray area, so to speak, between like normal life and like what's happening. The play now is like this gray area where like what's going on, this isn't what's supposed to happen, which is like, I mean, I guess that's really like what a play is. You see like
Yeah.
you see like what's like different from the normal days. He's a bang up guy, I think.
It sounds like, well,
So
it
he
sounds like you have a lot of
transitions.
fun with it.
Yeah, he transitions from the world of the supernatural, where the vampires live, and the world of London, not really London, where the sanitarium, where the real characters are fighting this evil.
Yeah.
So we actually use the set and all the lights and sound to juxtapose these two worlds. He actually bridges them. So he shows up first like this,
Right.
sort of like the garb they found, and then the next scene he's all dressed up in the proper English attire.
Nice.
The show he's actually
Yeah.
moving from one to the other.
Yeah.
It sounds really good.
I love the wardrobe of that time period.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites.
It looks really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the one thing I always like doing theater is because like you actually get a chance to like be somebody else and kind of develop a character in your own sense. Because obviously like I was when I was a senior I was Albert Peterson in Bye Bye Birdie, so I tried to like I didn't really stick too much to what Dick Van Dyke did when he played the role in the movie. And I try to do my own thing. So that's one thing I always really liked about theater is you can kind of really do whatever you want with your character.
Yeah, I think that's something that's Rob Morra, who plays Dracula, is doing a lot too. Dracula is a very known story, and so we're trying to make it different. And how does it relate to 2016 with us doing it? And so I think Rob Morra is doing a really great job, and everyone's doing a really great job with making it their own and making it something unique and making it actually terrifying on the stage, because we have this issue with, having the movies and having the
Right.
story and being able to believe it so vividly, with the words on the page and with, the cinematography that's
Yes.
used, in old films. And so we had a challenge, and we definitely met it, which is really cool. And we're making it our new, exciting new Dracula. It's fresh. It's
Yeah, the
good.
book is so super complicated. It's an awesome novel, but it takes place over many places, many times, through different voices. So you can't really directly translate that right into the stage. So every version of it's an adaptation. And the one we chose was by William McNulty because he did it 4 or 5 years ago, and his goal was to do something that modern audiences could actually latch onto without relying on Twilight and all that sort of stuff.
Okay.
So it's a quick moving script. It sort of consolidates all the time down to a manageable point of reference for all the characters.
Sounds really cool.
Yeah.
So it's all right. I didn't mean to cut you off, did I? Okay. So the biggest question I was going to ask was, who decided to pick the play Dracula for this semester?
That's actually my
You?
question.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we might think alike when you're a
Yeah,
host.
it was
on a
his
show.
in the building.
Yeah. So about 3 years ago, we're sitting there with our production planning, and they're sort of like, oh, what are we gonna do next? And they had like a little bit of a hole because everyone was all busy with projects. I said, and I've been thinking about this for a while. I said, I got a play that I think we should do. And they said, what? I said, Dracula. And like, why do you want to do that? I go, well, because it's gonna be super complicated. Because it's gonna add more than just the acting elements, but part of the script is how do you create the magic of that world. And you have to add in what I love is the magic of theater. And we pulled out every single magical theater effect we could find and just put them on stage, which for us is about 10 times more complicated than anything we've used to. So they said, really, you're gonna take that on? I said, I'll do that as like the producer. So I'll help go find out the fight choreography. We'll make sure that we have all the blood for the blood packs, and I'll make sure that we can go out
The best
and
part.
pull everyone
Yeah.
together, make sure all the people have the tools. So yeah, I started pushing that.
And
they
it's
said,
inspiring for the students to be able to do something. I just love the idea of Dracula
Yes.
coming to Rowan. It's-
Yeah.
That's
I
the
saw
idea.
it and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to go. It's one of
Thank
my
you.
favorites.
Yeah, because
so.
I've been seeing the poster. I don't know. Have you been seeing
Yes.
the poster around campus?
I
They're
have.
all over my dorm.
I
and
hope so,
everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
We also did a blood drive down in Glassboro, a Dracula blood drive.
Oh,
And
really?
we also did a little bit of a vignette in Homecoming. We passed out capes.
Oh,
wow.
I missed
She's been
that.
trying to push the marketing aspect of
Right.
it too, just to bring not just the play, but the event of the play.
Yes, and it's perfect time. Perfect.
And you should go
time.
see the front of Bunce.
Yeah, we have
Front
a
of Buns?
Yeah, there's a graveyard out there now.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Like right this second?
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, it's right across the street. I gotta go check it out. I should go check it out right after we're done shooting.
Yeah, you gave me an idea.
I mean, it's so what is it? Just like I guess like just to help promote the show. It's
Oh yeah,
just put out there.
Well, if you're gonna go all out,
You
just
got to
go
do it
all
big.
out.
Yeah.
Do it big. Why not?
Yeah,
Right?
definitely. I mean, it's definitely a good location. It's just like right out on that lawn there. That's like that iconic lawn that everybody knows from.
Well, one of the
Rowan.
and one of the issues with our theater is sort of tucked away. Everyone kind of goes around the back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
actually crossing off we're blocking off those exits and making people go
Walk
around to the
past
front
it.
and actually enter the building to the front, which is where it
Yes.
should be. And it just adds the grandeur, sort of elegance.
So I wonder, like, for you two, because you're theater majors, and this is Dracula, so how is that bar? Like, did you set the bar really high? Like, how did you conquer that? Because me being me, I'd be like, whoa. But I see you guys are doing it, so.
I honestly think because of like Tom, the bar has been set so high, and I think we've surpassed it. And we've had so many guest artists come in and help us, and it's been so cool to see a level of professionalism in the Rowan Theater Department that is making all of it happen. But I just remember, like, in the beginning of the process, like, especially in the script, too, if you ever read the script, it's filled with, you know, guns and, you know, all of this, like, blah.
People vanishing,
Yeah, like, all of this
disappearing.
Transformation.
and
so
so,
much.
and so just by reading the script, you think like, oh, it's gonna have to be like
Probably shouldn't say that.
yeah.
But no, it's really like reading the
Definitely
script. I was
not on
like,
TV.
how are you going to turn this monster into Dracula like right on stage?
Yeah.
How are you going to transform, like, how's this blood gonna come out? How's all this magic like stuff? Like, it's really like it's a challenge. Like,
Yes.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
this
For
is
sure.
probably like one of the hardest plays. I mean, I've personally ever done here, and maybe even at Rowan. Like,
This
it's
is the most complicated play that we've ever produced, with all the different elements that are layered on. And it's actually one of the things we really have to do is show collaboration. Say, look, you know, one person can't do this alone. However, if you can pull in this case, I'm gonna say it's like 32 different people.
it literally took a village to get this.
It's a list, yeah.
This
Our director,
production.
Dr.
Well,
Liz,
we're
likes to
like all excited for this. So where can we get more information on where?
say on
to
the
see
website, tix.com.
this? Tix.com.
Tix.com.
Yep.
okay.
On the Department of Theater and Dance website, there's a page there and has a little blurb, and you click on it. All students get tickets for free.
Oh wow. Okay.
Right? If your parents bring them in, I think it's like $15 maybe.
Nice.
Oh nice.
Yeah.
I have a quick question now. In case I forget to go to to go to Tix.com, right?
Yes.
Is there a way I can access it through the Rowan website?
You can actually get tickets on the door at the door as well.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
They sell them right there. Show your ID. You're good to go.
Yeah,
Okay.
and there's a
Yeah.
link right to on the Rowan website, so it's all
All right.
there.
Okay, and the dates again? Just so
October
we can-
20th. It's
October
opening night.
20th.
Open
Ooh,
night. Wow. All right.
I'm excited and I'm pumped and ready.
Yeah, we should definitely try to make it out there. I mean, it seems like it's a really cool show. I
Totally.
mean,
Yeah,
I've
really
never seen Dracula before, but it seems really interesting. So
You're missing out.
yeah, right.
I'm a vampire girl. Oh, man.
So I guess you're a big Twilight fan, or were maybe no?
No, if you're a true vampire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Twilight's
It smells for juice, smells for juice.
It's a nice romance, but it's not vampire.
No.
Yeah,
It's not the real.
Yeah,
the real
definitely.
deal.
No,
Dracula's
I
on a
definitely-
whole nother level.
Yeah, definitely.
Dracula, Intro the Vampire, that whole series of books.
Right.
That's in the same cool world. And then the various movies have, I mean, there's great movies that you watch them throughout the time. So the 30s with Bela Lugosi, Nosferatu, you look at the old black and white ones, how they use their effects, and then go up to the 60s and the 70s with all the different versions of Dracula that came out.
You talk about the movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, all
the
the movies.
movies.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
movie versions just changed, and then Bram Stoker's Dracula. that was
Yeah.
recently.
Wasn't there Dracula? Didn't Dracula just come out like a couple years ago?
Dracula Untold?
Was it like because
Yeah,
wasn't
it's
there
their
one like
attempt
from
to
the
make them
2000s?
soft and all nice.
Wasn't
It's
there
just-
one from like 2000? I don't want to say 2011, but
Previously, that was Coppola's Dracula.
yeah, because I
That
knew
was
there was one
yeah.
from the 2000s.
That was
knew
with Gary
of.
Oldman. That was like an interesting one because they did a lot of the visual effects. They sort of did manipulated shadow and stuff with lights.
Yeah.
So that part was cool. But the whole love thing with Mina's just not. Dracula's evil. It's the
I
point.
guess-
He's
yeah.
evil. You gotta
Evil.
kill
You
him.
gotta get it in.
Yeah.
You know, the whole story revolves around
Down and
having
dirty.
this something, huge, awesome evilness that has strength, and then you have to kill it.
Right.
And you only kill it by getting
Right.
together and killing it. So making him like sympathetic is
So right.
disagree.
Yeah. I feel like, I totally agree. So I'm guessing Gary Oldman was Dracula then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like
was
I mean,
great.
he definitely seems like he'd be the good character.
Oh, yeah.
Because I mean, like obviously where I know him, and I'm sure a lot of you guys know him from, is probably the Harry Potter movies when he was Sirius Black.
Yeah.
But he definitely has that kind of like eerie kind of.
That presence.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
just not even that.
That
I
dark-
mean, the
dark
guy
presence.
definitely has that eerie kind of look to him. Not to say anything bad about him or his looks, but he definitely he's definitely somebody that I think you can typecast.
In the genre, yeah, he fits the type.
Because he's right. Because because I remember learning recently in my applied media aesthetics class, like when typecasting, it's when you cast characters based on their looks, not so much their talent. Because you're trying to create that whole like persona of a character that looks really similar to like somebody in real life. Actually, a good example I could probably think of was I think that have you ever heard of Charlie Chaplin? He was an old time film.
Yes.
He was actually played by Robert Downey Jr. And I think that was more of a typecasting role because he's kind of he's not really tall. He's kind of about on his height, and he kind of actually has the whole look. So I could see Gary Oldman playing Dracula though. It sounds really cool.
So I have one last question for you
Yeah.
guys. One moment during this play that you will give to the audience that not telling the story that you're excited about.
How vague can it be?
You can be vague. We don't want to give it all away.
We'll wait till the ending.
The very,
Always
very
has to
end.
wait
The
till the
very,
ending.
very last minute of.
The very, very ending.
That's a
Yes.
good one.
Wait till I come
Yeah.
in. Just wait till I come in.
Okay, well,
That's all I gotta wait
That's a
for.
good one.
I guess
How
when you
about
come in,
you?
that's the
Yeah.
The
climax.
opening and
right?
back two.
These are so
How about
vague,
you?
but like.
The opening of Act Two.
opening of Act
Oh,
2.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
that's the one that.
I'm in that. I'm in the opening act too.
Okay.
So.
Well, thank you guys very much. We really enjoyed the time together.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was really good. It was really fun. Again, their Dracula the performance of Dracula will take October 20th through the 22nd, October 27th through the 29th, all at 8 p.m., and October 23rd and 30th at 2 p.m. So, guys, thanks for coming and break a leg. I wish you guys best of luck.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much.
No problem. Coming up after the break, we've got Rowan R.A., who's going to be chatting about resident life on campus. So stay tuned.
Hey, did you know that 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Go to theshelterpetproject.org and search your local shelters and rescues. Go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
I see it!
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Hey, it's Ava, and this is Tess from Vivo's Do It Yourselfie, where we recreate the hottest looks from today's biggest music videos.
After cleaning out our closet, we have a lot of clothes we don't wear anymore.
Like this old t-shirt.
It's not garbage, it's actually a brand new rug.
And to make it, all you need to do is cut, tie, and glue.
Cut the t-shirt into strips.
Tie the strips into knots.
And glue the knots to the bath mat. I love it. Give your garbage another life.
And recycle.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us!
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back. So we just heard from some of the members of Rowan's theater production of Dracula. Now we are joined by Thomas, who is a RA at
What building are you at?
Holly Point.
Holly
Okay.
Point. He is here today to discuss resident life here at Rowan University. Thanks for coming on our show.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for having me on the couch.
No problem.
Oh man, I have
got a
some
good grin on his
questions
face. He's
for
ready to-
you.
What do you got for me?
So you're an RA at Holly Point?
Yes.
Okay. I want to play like a myth game
All right.
question real quick.
All right.
So what's the biggest myth?
This is gonna be interesting.
What is the biggest myth about an RA?
That's a good
What I
question.
would say, it probably pertains to the resident-assistant relationship, and I would say that the RA is out to get the residents. As an RA, we are not the police. So, you know, if there's certain situations, we call in public safety to deal with those situations. But also, we're not out there to ruin your good time. So I understand that you're in college and you want to have a good time. You know, obviously, it could just be something as simple as you're playing a game of Madden, it's really intense, and you just got an interception at the 5-yard line with 10 seconds left, and you just won the game.
That would
It's
probably.
happened.
That would just saying that's probably good. That would probably be me.
Yeah,
Because
and
when I play Madden, it can get pretty intense.
And I'm 100% aware of that, but when it's 2:30 in the morning and now you and
Yeah.
your roommate are screaming at each other,
Yeah.
and you know you have people to the left of you and to the right of you, and even it goes out into the hallway, you got to kind of say, hey, it's, you know,
Quiet hours.
Quiet hours, yeah. So, but I'm not out to get my residents. I always tell them, and one of the first things I introduce them is I'm a resource on campus. It's resident assistant. I'm there to assist you with anything you need, whether that's if you need help with any issues or something, if you feel lonely and you want to maybe join a club or something, if you're having trouble finding a job on campus, we could do our best to guide you in the right direction to get to that point.
So you're like a mentor within the building.
Kind of. I like to think of it more as a student leader because, again, I'm a student. I'm only a junior here, and it's kind of, you know, obviously school comes first, but then after that, it's student resident assistant. It's all right. So it's good to develop a nice relationship with your residents, to know certain one's needs, to kind of, you know, tailor your advice to them one way or another, because what you might say to one person, you're not necessarily going to say to the other person.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Okay. That's a reasonable answer. Yeah. It's definitely a different perspective of it.
Yeah,
I think.
Definitely.
You're right, because like I feel like there's, I mean, obviously I'm not an RA, but I feel like there's that kind of like separation. There's that like that tension where you think that the RA's out there to kind of get you, and they're like the police.
mom and dad.
Yeah,
of the building.
exactly.
And that being said, too, it's funny because with all the residents you have the ones that, you know, they want to be best friends with you. At least I have that. I can't speak for all of Res Life, but I have residents that really do like me and they really do respect me. And if I'm on duty or something, they'll say, "Hey, we're just kind of hanging out here. Do you want to hang out?" And I will. I'll go and I'll hang out with them. Obviously, when I'm not on my office hours. And
That's nice.
obviously. And then there's the people that will only come to you when they need something, which is perfectly fine. And then there's the other people that will be like, you're like, they won't say it, but you're my RA, I'm your resident, keep the distance.
Yeah.
And that's fine too. But with resident to RA, everyone has a certain kind of relationship, and you learn to work with even those just 3 scenarios right there with the relationships of your residents.
Usually, sometimes I know your relationship could either be your best friend, or sometimes it's just the key to get back in your room when you lock yourself out.
Yeah, you know.
I'll be honest, I've had to do that once.
Those knocks at 3:40 in the morning are just fantastic. They knock, they're like, "Hey, I'm locked out of my room." I was like, the RA on duty number is right next to the door.
They wake you up, you're like,
call that. I'm like, I'll let you in.
how do you not yell at them? Because like, if you have an 8 a.m., like I have class in like 3 hours.
I don't have any 8 a.m., so I guess that's not a problem.
Yeah, well, if you have like a morning
That's like a
class.
rule.
No, I do have morning classes.
You don't want to, yeah.
I mean,
What's your sign?
it's like, it's not the worst thing in the world to get woken up to just get someone in their room sometimes. Like, obviously you would rather them call the RA on duty and have the duty phone pick up. But it's not bad because I would much rather, let someone in.
Yes.
And just something real quick, so you kind of get used to that. So.
Yeah. So what made you want to become an RA?
Well, my sister went here, and she was an RA here, and we never got to go to school at the same time here. So when I was a freshman in 2014, she graduated in the spring.
Okay.
So seeing her go through the process and seeing how much she really, really enjoyed it really inspired me to become an RA. Also, all her friends, even now she's about to turn 25, and all her friends were RAs here. And to see that just camaraderie they have, all the chemistry, and just how much they really seem to have a positive perspective on things more than just school and work, but just life in general really, really drove me. And also, just being a part of something that's bigger than yourself is something really cool. And now, whether someone's had a job, whether someone's been in other organizations, I've never really been a part of something kind of as big as Res Life. So it was a challenge, and I like to be challenged. So I tried, I applied, I got it, and I'm very happy I did.
I'm just curious, what is your major?
I'm a radio, TV, film major.
Nice.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, and I actually have, I think only one other person on my staff. So Holly Point split up into 2 staffs. There's the 7-story building, which we call the tower. There's the 4-story building that curves, which we call the curve.
The curve.
Simple enough, right? So someone in the curve's actually an RTF major.
Okay.
And we actually didn't even know each other until we went through training and everything. And it's cool because he's in 3rd floor C, I'm in 3rd floor G. So the buildings connect. We might not be part of the same staffs because on the curve I'm on the tower. But it's cool because now we'll always see each other, whether it's in the editing lab or
That's nice.
wherever.
Yeah.
Definitely nice.
That's definitely nice, yeah, and that's a good way to get to know people for sure. What's your training like? That's the biggest.
Okay, so training started August 10th for us, and
so you're here early.
Yes, you're here early, and I just went home last weekend for the first time since training.
Oh.
And it was glorious to be back home. My mother's cooking, my own dad, so all that was really nice. And training, it's cool because you do everything with your staff. You go to, every day's 9 to 5, including weekends. We had a couple days off. We had a trip to DC this year, which was really cool, on like our 3rd day.
Just the RAs?
Okay. Yeah, the RLCs, I believe, went, and the RDs went, and more professional run staff
Now, what's
went.
the RDs?
RD's the resident director. They're a step above me, and they're grad students who go here. So they're still students as well.
So you
RDs
can do
are
that as a
students.
grad student?
Yes.
Wow, I didn't know that.
And then an RLC is a residential learning coordinator, and they are professionals who work for the university. They're not students, but they're
That's very
professionals who work for
interesting. I didn't know that.
I didn't know.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't know you could do like, especially I didn't know you could do
Yeah.
like,
That's awesome.
Higher ed, if you ever hear that thrown around, to people go for higher ed, they
Higher
kind of go to
ed,
become an RLC at whatever university it is.
That's nice.
Yeah, I've like kind of had like some thoughts about maybe being an RA next year, but I think the fact that I'll be a senior next year, I might just kind of want to. I don't know. And I'm kind of involved in a lot now. So.
Yeah, I definitely understand what you say, but again, training was, as a kind of information overload as it was, 9 to 5, and then they give you 2 meal periods a day, and a lot of information sessions. But you really do bond with your staff. You really do create some memories and some relationships, because you just do everything together for a month.
Probably tools you can keep forever.
Yeah, and I know there's a good amount of people who are RAs just for their senior year, so that's not unheard of. To do that, obviously it's your education, it's your future. Right. I'm not going to try to persuade you one way or another. I'm just going to tell you I really like it, and you would not be the first or the last if you were just going to RA your senior year.
Yeah. I mean, I've been thinking about it. I mean, I think what kind of made me want to think about it a little bit is that my uncle, when he went to college years ago at University of Buffalo, I think was like a president RA or something. He was an RA. I can't remember if it was like president RA or it was something else, but I know he did the whole thing. So and he liked it too, and he enjoyed the learning experience he got out of it.
Yeah, it's definitely a cool experience, and there's definitely certain people with certain things that could help. Because I know someone on my staff works for OSI, so I mentioned before, if you had trouble, maybe finding a job, she was very good. She's like, oh, you could go to like prof shop or something like that. That's something I had no idea about. So you really do bounce off each other and you learn off each other and you learn to work well with the people of your staff. And that's just, good essential life skills. Not even in the classroom, but outside the classroom. You're always going to have people that you need to work with. You're never just going to be out on your own.
So I have to ask this because I know
she's been asking a lot from you. Yeah, you better watch out, man.
There are benefits to being an RA. Can you elaborate on those benefits?
Yeah, I was kind of shying away from this a little bit, but so the housing is covered and meals are covered as well. That being said, if you're in this for the housing and the meals, you should not be doing it. Is that an incentive that, kind of immediately it hits the ear and you're like, ooh, but it's really not about that. It's, it's
but
your
it's definitely a benefit for
your
someone who
compensation.
needs to do that.
You could say yes, but it's really not about that. If you're in it for that, you could, and you don't want to be there and you just have really bad body language and, and just you're going to rub people the wrong way. And if you're in it for that and you don't want to get involved and you don't want to do that, you're just your experience is not going to be good.
Yeah, I definitely agree because I feel I understand what you're saying. I can tell just from seeing different RA staff on campus that it's really more than just doing what you're doing your duties when you're on duty. It's more of a learning and it's a reach out kind of experience.
Yeah, and again, like I said before, student leader. So if you're if you like helping people, if you're just a natural born leader, or whatever the case may be, it is a very rewarding experience, and I'm loving it right now. I mean, I just started this year. I'm about a month and a half into it, but with training and everything, and it's so far so good.
How long is the training?
From August 10th till first day of school.
So first day of school.
So whenever that was.
How many days a week do you have to be there?
You're there the whole time. You live in your building during training, so you move in early. Holly Point wasn't open early.
Right. So where'd you guys have to stay?
We were in the Marriott for a little bit.
Oh. Well, I mean, at least you get, I guess, hotels. Nothing wrong with that, right?
Yeah. I mean, they accommodated us, which was great. Having the Marriott right off campus, technically, really helped. And during training, it sounds long days. Sometimes you got to go to weekends, but
it's just like work training.
Yeah,
but more fun.
Yeah, it's nothing that. And then there's a lot of stuff, but there's a lot of days you come out just knowing that you really got a lot of good stuff and a lot of productive stuff. And then when you do run into that situation and it kind of just comes back in your head, you're like, oh wait, I know what I'm doing.
Yes.
Let me take a deep breath because I was trained properly.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Thomas. Thank you for coming to our show today. Brittany and I.
Eric and I, well, whoever it is, we say thank you.
Eric and I wish you a great semester, and thank you for joining us on the Couch.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. So sadly, our episode is almost over, but don't go anywhere. We're going to throw it to the man on the street, and we'll be back with the hot topics, so stay tuned.
Hey, did you know that 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Go to theshelterpetproject.org and search your local shelters and rescues. Go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Lucky.
What?
I see it.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Hey, it's Ava, and this is Tess from Vivo's Do It Yourselfie, where we recreate the hottest looks from today's biggest music videos.
After cleaning out our closet, we have a lot of clothes we don't wear anymore.
Like this old t-shirt.
It's not garbage, it's actually a brand new rug.
And to make it, all you need to do is cut, tie, and glue.
Cut the t-shirt into strips.
Tie the strips into knots.
And glue the knots to the bath mat. I love it. Give your garbage another life.
And recycle.
Yeah.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. You still got it.
I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
They were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Man, on the street. Trees. And we're coming out bringing you the information from the people here at Rowan University. Today's topic is all about food. There's some great food spots on campus. Hey, sir. Hey, what's your favorite place to eat on campus?
The new Holly Point Cafe.
Is it good? Like, what's your favorite?
See, so far I've had the fish. I've enjoyed the fish.
Good little sea. Yeah, I like that.
The food truck that used to be out here, they had like awesome like chicken and waffles.
Oh man, wow.
They made this BLT that was like outstanding.
Out of this world?
Yeah, it
So in
was
space. Yeah. Global Dining Center provides great food options here on campus, right?
Yes.
What do you think is the best food option here at the mobile diner?
Well, a lot of people like that we do meal exchange.
Oh, nice.
So
Can you describe that?
meal exchange is instead of them going to the cafeteria, they can come and get food. The options are grilled cheeseburger, or regular burger, come with fries and a drink.
Squirrel. Hey, Squirrel, what's your favorite food on campus? I'm gonna get it. I'm on the street here. Anyone want to get interviewed? We're doing some great questions. Who's going? Who's doing it? Everybody. RTN5. Who wants an interview right now, right here?
Bio.
RTN5? Hey, what's your favorite food? All right, you have get good grades. Stay in school.
I don't eat on campus. I eat at home.
Oh, you eat at home?
Yeah.
Just like, what's your at-home food?
Cereal.
Cereal? Like, you a Lucky Charms man?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Kellogg's.
Kellogg's? Love Kellogg. Great band. Great times. Doomsday scenario, you were trapped here on campus, and you could have one item of food. What would it be?
I go with cheesesteaks.
Gotta go with the cheesesteaks. You like them chicken cheesesteaks?
Nah.
Hey, sir. Hey, man. What's going on, dude? What's your favorite food? You like that? All right, cool. Like that. We'll get it. Hey!
Oh, hey.
Hey, what's going on? Nice elevator.
Thank you. I built it myself.
Oh, I like it. I got a big, spacious elevator.
Oh my goodness. Did you see Sean out there in that courtyard?
Yeah,
No,
I felt
nobody was
bad.
even paying attention except for the girls that came out to eat. He was asking about food and they decided, I'm just going to eat and not answer questions.
Yeah, that's definitely it's definitely a rough job because you have to try to obviously you're not always going to get every person that comes by you to respond. So you just you have to be thick-skinned, I think, about it. So.
Yep.
But he did a good job. I liked it. Thank you, Sean, our man on the street.
Kellogg's type of the guy.
Yeah, right. So it is time for the newest segment of On the Couch this year. It is the Hot Topics segment. I really like this one. So who's starting out? Can I start out?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, by the way, for letting me start out. So the biggest, probably one of the biggest stories I saw on Twitter today, which was going to be my first hot topic, is that Kim Kardashian West kind of broke her silence after the whole robbery incident that happened in Paris a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
But it wasn't really her. It was actually her manager left a note on her website. And I'll be honest, I couldn't really even make it out because if you read it, it's in cursive. And I'm trying to read it.
A note on a website?
Yeah, it's it was weird because she hand wrote it and then she took a picture of it and then put it on the website. So there's a note. I was kind of weird. Why can't you just have a blog post or something? I mean, obviously she has really good handwriting, especially for being in the era that you don't necessarily see cursive on. You don't really see cursive much nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it was good handwriting, but I couldn't read it. I could read some of it. It was pretty much saying that she's doing well and we thank you for the support and all that kind of usual.
Yeah, what she went through is pretty scary.
Yeah, definitely. If you guys
children.
remember that Kim Kardashian West was robbed at gunpoint, I think, in Paris a couple weeks ago.
In her hotel.
Yeah, and then Kanye just dropped the mic and had to leave, but he's a good man for doing it.
Yeah.
Give him a lot for that.
Well, I have a little bit more of a less exciting, but it's the last debate tomorrow.
All right.
So
it's exciting. This has been an exciting election. So
the University of Nevada will be held, and I don't know. What do you think is going to happen?
Well, I'm not trying to get too much into politics because this isn't really a political show. But I definitely think that everybody will always, the next morning, they're always going to say, who won the debate? Who did? Did Hillary win it? Did Donald Trump win it? The biggest thing is that
I don't think anybody can really win the debate.
No.
Because you have two people from two different parties and they have like two separate views. So the whole point of a debate is trying to express your views and opinions to the American people for them to make a decision. It's not really about who's going to win or who's going to lose the debate.
I'm really excited to watch for tomorrow, only because I just want to see who's going to fall on their face the hardest. I know that's bad.
You're just going to put it out there like that? Who's going to put their face on the
Hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So, what's your last one?
My last topic? Well, my last hot topic, if you're a big fan in the entertainment world, is that Lady Gaga's much anticipated album, Joanne, is going to be coming out this Friday. And I think
exciting.
Yeah, no, it's really exciting. I think it's like her first record since, I think,
for a while.
Born This Way, I think, was her last studio. Because if you remember, if you're a big fan of her work, you'll know that she did that duet album with Tony Bennett, and that was released a couple of years ago, I think. And then, like, I believe her last studio record was Born This Way, which came out in 2011. So it's been almost like, 5 years since she's had an actual studio record. So I love Perfect Illusion, and I love her new single that just came out. It's really good, and it's cool, I think, how we see this transition from Lady, just to wrap it up a little bit.
Yeah.
It's really cool to see Lady Gaga kind of, when she first started, we all were just kind of learning about her style and who she really was. And she was very popish, and she sounded really like
Poker
a super...
Face.
Exactly, like when Poker Face and Just Dance, when the first record came out, it was really it was like super popish sounding, but then she started experimenting. Then she really started, I think, to be an artist. She really started experimenting with elements of rock. If you hear like You and I, and if you heard like Judas from her 2000 record, Born This Way, she started to really use different elements of music. And then, actually, you know what? I made a mistake. Her last studio record was Art Pop, and that was in 2013. Okay. But it's been almost 3 years, and she's kind of like faded off the map a little bit. And now she's finally coming back with a new record, and it's going to be really cool, and I'm going to be really excited. So again, that record's going to be coming out this Friday, October 21st. So if you're up late at night and you're on Spotify, and maybe you're getting cookies from the Cookie Munchers, maybe you want to check out Lady Gaga's new record, Joanne. That's my last hot topic. So.
Okay. Well, that's going to do it for this week's episode of On the Couch. Don't worry, we're not going anywhere. We'll be back next with the same comfy couch and more guests and hot topics. Thank you.